Caleb Williams went number 1 overall.
yeah, he did.
What do you think about the Bears? What do you think about Caleb Williams? Is this the time? Is he the kind of guy that a team can build a Super Bowl caliber franchise around? Is this the time where they buck the trend and he's not a quarterback who stinks?
Yeah, so right after I said we don't know our ass from our elbow when it comes to NFL draft prospects, yeah, I think he's going to be the next. No, I don't. Honestly, I mean, I don't know, but like
8 Super Bowls, just like you said,
yeah,
right?
Just rattling them off. Sure, you know what I mean? Like it's a pick you have to make, right? Like I don't think there was any real question as to who was going number 1. You and I informally, we had a little exercise we were doing in terms of like if you were starting a team today, everybody with their current contract situations included in that conversation, where does he rank among quarterbacks? And I think there's a pretty clear tier.
Is it bold to be like he's one of the 10 first guys to get drafted just based on projectability, contract, things like that?
I don't think so. I mean, because if you're doing it largely on projectability.
And if you believe in the player, then
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess we just invented the NFL draft.
Well, so all right. So what quarterbacks would you take over Caleb Williams? Right. I think there's
so that's a different conversation, I suppose. But like, yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes probably.
Right. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen,
Lamar Jackson,
Joe Burrow,
I guess. Although he might be stinky.
Whoa.
It's just
zesty.
Kind of dining out on the fact that you went to a Super Bowl and lost and you won a national champion with a lot of good players around. I'm just saying.
All right.
Watch this space for maybe a developing take there.
I like it.
So him, C.J. Stroud, especially when you start factoring in the quarterback or the contract. Jordan Love, probably pretty projectable.
Nobody's higher on Jordan Love than this podcast.
This is the Jordan Love podcast. Yeah, just throw Jordan Love in the title, please. You guys, whoever's putting this up, like it'll do numbers. Don't worry, trust us.
Big numbers, guys. Big numbers, guys.
Yeah. And then it gets to like Justin Herbert, Tua. That neighborhood is probably where it's like, if you have to tell me right now, do you want Justin Herbert knowing you have to pay him and he's already 4 years into his career, or you can have this new shiny toy who hasn't even played a snap, but also hasn't been like what?
Moldable.
Well, yeah, sure. Starting off on what's going to be a 5-year controlled contract, I'd have to sit there and really think about that. And I like the idea of Justin Herbert, I suppose. I mean, he has never really won anything, and that team has failed to meet expectations. How much of that is his fault? I don't know, but like it does make you step back and be like, I guess in 2 years, Caleb Williams could do the same thing. So like that's, I think, where the conversation starts. I think Tua is a good one too. It's like you go put Caleb Williams in Mike McDaniel's offense with those weapons. I had to sit there's too many Mikes and Macs now. I had to make sure I was saying the right one. There's Josh McDaniels, there's Mike McDaniel, there's Mike McCarthy, there's whoever's coaching the Seahawks now. I think Caleb Williams could be pretty much the same guy. So I think he's right in that neighborhood, which I guess would be around 7 to 10.
Yeah, that was the toss-up that kind of stopped me in my tracks a little bit. 'Cause I got past that, like the big four of Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Burrow. I'm higher on Burrow than you.
And like Stroud and Love are starting to bang on those doors.
Stroud and Love, for me, it's like you're dealing with the small sample size, obviously, and it'll be interesting to see how they adjust this coming season.
If they both take a major step forward or backward, I don't think either would be shocking.
Right. But for me, it's like there's the tangible NFL production that you've already seen.
Also, I have to have an opinion right now.
Plus there's room for growth.
Yeah.
Like, they're sort of in it's the same conversation kind of as with Caleb Williams minus the actual production. The Herbert thing is like the contract is big there. And also, like, we are entering year 5 of Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
And I get you can talk about the surrounding environment and whether he's been put in a position to succeed with the offensive philosophy, the weapons, the protection up front. We're crap or get off the pot sort of deal.
That's the second working title to our podcast. The spread, crap or get off the pot.
So yeah, that's the one that it gives me okay, it's tricky.
He's been on the pot for a while and had a very big meal beforehand. Like we're all kind of eagerly anticipating
just
that.
waiting for it. Yeah, we got the roll of toilet paper ready to go, and it's just he hasn't delivered.
As a father of a 3-year-old, we are in that right now. I hear you. My kid might be Justin Herbert. Yeah, I don't know. Caleb Williams, like I'm trying not to be unfair because like I look at him, the size, he's 6'1", like 205, 210, somewhere in there. Like that's not diminutive, but it's also not huge.
Yeah.
I'm not totally
I honestly
sold
thought he
on
was
that.
taller than that.
Yeah. The skill set, like he does things that you look at a guy like Mahomes, like that type of throw where it's a lot of off platform, make it up as you go kind of stuff. And I guess he probably will grow into a more mature, both physically, mentally, emotionally, football-y person.
Yeah.
I got to see it first with him. Like I'm not sold on it yet. Stop me. Maybe you haven't heard this take before. His name is Caleb. I don't totally trust the name Caleb. Nathan is in there too.
Yeah.
Nathan and Caleb is just something about that. I think I probably grew up with a Nathan or Caleb I didn't like, and it's kind of just bird on the back of my head. Yeah. So I like, yeah, maybe if his name was Jake, it would be a different story. Or I mean, CJ is a great name.
Yeah. What is Caleb Williams' middle name? I'll look that up.
Frank?
Yeah.
I don't know. So like
CF Williams would be a great like I don't know, some sort of manufacturer in the 1920s.
I will say we've known this for a while that he's going to go to Chicago. I'm stoked that he's going to a big city, a big franchise, because I do think he is going to change the way some people, or maybe a lot of people, look at the quarterback at that level, or just maybe NFL players in general. I think he's just kind of a weird dude, not necessarily in a bad way. I just think he's different. He's a different cat. So, like, I think he's going to be good for the sport, whether he sucks or whether he is better than Justin
He's
Herbert.
going to be a lightning rod for sure.
Sure, that is a term I've heard before.
And yeah, I agree. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
because
like I think if he sucks, he's got like that. Like him going into the stands and like crying to his mom is just, whether it's fair or not, that's the kind of thing that people just always continue to remember. Like it's going to be memes. It's going to be stuff like that. But if he's awesome, he's going to talk his talk too. Like it's in your face no matter what.
And he also is going to a situation where he doesn't necessarily have excuses.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of surrounding talent that, I mean, he's kind of expected to hit the ground running here.
Yeah. And what's shaping up to be a tough division. That division is kind of awesome now.